your day to day today versus what you were doing when you were mostly sedentary, mostly a recluse, mostly eating fast food. How different is life today? Is it just that you changed your eating habits and mostly the same, or is it starkly different?
I still try to enjoy foods that I liked back in the day. I mean, as far as what I ate before, it was no control.
Yeah.
I'm in New York, so bacon, egg, and cheese on a roll with sausage and ketchup, and go to Dunkin' Donuts and get like a large sweet, light and sweet coffee. Easily, I don't know, 1,200 calories for breakfast. Lunch, takeout. Snacks in between, probably cookies or whatever is the most delicious thing I can find. Dinner, probably takeout. I remember one of my frequent meals for takeout was go to a pizzeria, get a rice ball, get 2 or 3 slices of pizza, and get like a hero with eggs and potatoes and sausage. Wolf that down, no problem. Repeat again the next day. Zero activity behind a computer. School was going great until I started cutting class, and then it's like, let me go back home so I can be more sedentary. And with me not liking to be around people, there was no social life. There was no social life, which means I wasn't as active around people. I feel like if you have some kind of a social life, you still are more active physically because you got to go see people. Maybe you do things together, but that wasn't me. I probably had one of the lowest, sedentary levels ever because I didn't do anything. Maybe I went to the bus, went to school, left the school early, went home and just ate everything. If I stopped by, if I saw a Subway restaurant on the way home, I got 2 footlongs. I ate it in probably 5 or 10 minutes. It was, that was like my regular occurrence. 3 Big Macs and some fries, or whatever it was. And I feel like I used to punish myself with food.
Yeah.
I think that's really what it was. It was like, I might as well do this. It tastes pretty good. There's not a crazy positive outlook on life because look at me. Might as well keep going down this path. And what's the thing that will satisfy my hunger right now, make me feel a bit better, like a little dopamine hit? It's probably something tasty. Maybe enjoy myself for 5 or 10 minutes, get that instant gratification of eating something tasty, and then be in misery until next meal. Now it's just like, I know what food fuels me. I know what food is better for me. I don't punish myself with food anymore because I've been doing this for so many years, and you know, yeah, it was about 15 years ago, but it's I don't really punish myself with food anymore, and I don't have guilt because I ate something that wasn't, you know, bad, quote unquote. If I order something, I eat it. I just know it has more calories than I probably wanted to have, but it doesn't mean that I did something wrong. It's just nutrition. And I also feel like right now, my goals have changed as I've started to work out, put on muscle, get healthier. I think everybody does, like
Yeah.
put on muscle, get jacked and tan, get strong. Now it's just like, I want to live a healthy life in the future. I want to set an example for somebody else that may be in the same spot I was. I just want to live a life that isn't filled with complications that may occur from being overweight and unhealthy. That's my personal goal now, and it's vastly different because I'm more optimistic now. And before I was a huge pessimist. Like I used to not look forward to anything. I always looked at the glass as being half empty all the time because when you're in that kind of condition and place, there's only so many things that can go through your head.
Yeah.
It's like, and also I used to compare myself with people before as well, you know, and that used to really get me down because I felt like I wasn't capable of achieving the same success somebody else was able to achieve. That just kept pushing me down and down and down until I started to use them as inspiration instead of actually comparing myself to them. Because the more I compare myself to them, the more I start to look at my flaws and the things that I'm terrible at or that I perceive to be terrible at. But once I started seeing other people in a light of, if they can do it, well, why can't I do it? All that I got to do is just work backwards, see what they're at, see where I'm at, and then see what things I can apply from their journey into my own personal life and just do the same things long enough to a point where I see success. Then at the point where my where it clicked for me. I started to think about things differently. I think it was a physical necessity, but it was also a mental change, because from that point on, something changed mentally where I started to look at certain situations in the light of, I'm going to do whatever it takes to be where I want to be, and I'm going to figure out exactly how to do it. Something changed, whereas before I had no desire, no motivation, no reason to achieve any goals. But then once that point clicked, I'm like, all right, well, somebody else has reached that goal. What can I do to somehow get to a similar goal and replicate their process? And that has been stuck with me for the last 15-ish years or so, and I still apply it to my life today. And I feel like, everybody that has achieved a certain level of success in life, somebody else can do the exact same if they just work backwards and apply some of the things that work for them. It's their own personal life.